Hi, my name is Attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. We're going to be going through the top 10 questions you should be asking your future representative for Social Security disability benefits, whether they're a non-legal rep or a legal rep or whatever. Okay? Let's go through it. Here is number 3. You should ask them, are you registered? Have you been admitted to the bar of the federal district court? Why is this important? If you get a denial of initial filing, you appeal into reconsideration. If you get a denial of reconsideration, you appeal into the administrative law judge hearing. If you get a denial at the ALJ hearing level, you appeal into the appeals council level. If you get a denial at the appeals council level, you have to have an attorney that is certified federal bar, okay, to be able to do work at the next appeal level. Now, at this point, non-legal representatives would be thrown in jail for representing you if they demanded that they could, for trying to represent you at that level. They are not allowed to. Attorneys are allowed to represent people at federal district court. Non-legal reps are not allowed to, which would always bring up the question as to why you would hire a non-legal rep if you were to have to go up there and then just ditch them once you got up there anyways. That's a whole big longer story I can go into with a lot of details. But the bottom line is you want to know if your attorney is registered past the bar into the federal district court. And the reason why is that that tells you if this is an attorney who's serious about doing disability law or just does it as a side gig. Right? That's a good question. Side gig guy, or this is my main stage. This is how I earn my income to pay my boat payments. Everybody's got a problem. Don't judge. So, and the ironic thing is all of my boats are paid off. That's the ironic thing. All of my boats are paid off. I have 7 boats now. All of my boats are paid off because I buy them destroyed and then I rebuild them. And I love doing it. In fact, a lot of the things that I use to learn to rebuild things, I use with the law firm to create things I can use for advertising. But the bottom line here is this. And I'll be honest with you. I think it's important that I am honest with you so people understand the situation. My big addiction problem is not really just boats. It's really my student loans. Because white male, I have student loans that were, and when I calculated the last time, it was around $425,000. That was the total amount. Right now I'm down to around $330,000. So the bottom line is, this country was not very fair to me. And when you're sitting there thinking, well, was it the minorities who did this to me because they got the benefit of me paying extra and they had to pay less? No. The people who did this to me were old, white, male politicians. That's who did that to me. Now, is that to say that I hate them? No, they just didn't know how to fix the problem. They did a very poor job at doing this, and now I'm stuck with hundreds of thousands. I'm stuck with a house on the water's worth of student debt. Right? That's the amount that I owe. A house on the water worth of student debt. So I'm one of those people who believes that the government should review who was abused through this system, because I'm not a dumb person. If you guys have watched my videos, intelligence is not, somebody that's struggling to be able to come out with sentences, write, read, whatever. I'm an individual with a pretty decent education, undergrad, master's, doctorate, the whole spiel. So, it shouldn't have cost that much, though. It should not have cost, and even houses on the water should not cost that, but it should have not cost, and I still have to recalculate it, but right now it's at $425 of what it costs for my education. It's probably a little bit higher than that. So, anyways, that's something that you should. So, if you're wondering why I work so hard, it's because I have to pay off my real addiction problem, which are my student loans. Which every month, they don't care where the money comes from, they just want it. So that's why the firm grew so big, in part because I work day and night, because I can't have a regular social life, because if I didn't work this hard, I wouldn't be able to pay off my student loans, and then everything would collapse that I built. Live the dream. So anyways, also, if you want to catch up with me, I told you about the live thing. Make sure that you do if you get a chance. I'm still building it right now, but spaceconstitution.com. It's the first constitution that I'm building right now online that anybody in the world because we now have access to it. Everybody's got a phone like this for the most part. Can go ahead and log into to make the first space constitution that'll be used with a space-based sovereign nation, and it's amazing. This is what we can use as our leverage to demand people who start future nations, not just globally, but in space. We can demand that they use these rights and these freedoms. I can't think of anything more important than that for the future of the human race. I can't. The future rights and freedoms, you know? If you're like, well, they should have that you're right. Rights and freedoms. They should have equality. You're right. Rights and freedoms. That's it. That's it. That's the whole. To me, that's the most important thing in the world. All right, guys. I'll catch you a little bit later. We'll go from there and have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.